And I stand a queen that is able to just forgive. My couple of minions came from my first divorce. I have to make sure that I rip them off. Rip him off, girl. Go ahead. Keep pushing through your life.
Single, children, just living life. You managing having 12 kids from different baby mothers.
Satisfied people for a reason. These old men are so boring, you know. I just take the jets. I'm on my way.
Wow. Oh my days. I had a good laugh, guys. Can you steam the jet? I'm on my way. Guys, last night was fun. Trust me, these 6 finalists, they are giving us real content. Wow. Anybody that think this housemate will be boring because they are few, trust me, you made a mistake. Last night, after the HOH game, Big Brother instructed the housemates, to give 5-minute speech about the lessons they've learned, throughout their stay in the Big Brother house, which they did. And at the end of the day, they gave themselves, big hug. Big Brother encouraged them and appreciated them for coming this far. And trust me, Big Brother surprised this housemate. They lost their wager, but Big Brother surprised them with a lot of goodies. You will not believe that Big Brother gave them equal amount of groceries they will get on a normal food. In fact, he brought them dinner, and housemates were so excited. They were screaming, Biggie. I'm like, wow. They lost their wager, but they got equal treats like when they won their wager, and it was so amazing. Kosi prepared, the table for their dinner. Big Brother brought them pizza, chicken, and sweet corn. They had a good moment at the dinner table. Housemaid gave us real content, like real life content. I don't know if you know any of these Real Housewife shows. Real Housewife of Lagos, Real Housewife of Abuja, stuff like that. When old friends catch up together on the dinner table and talk about their dirty secrets without shame or fear of being judged. Guys, these housemates were everything for me last night. Tassie started with how she travels a lot. She traveled around the world. In fact, she has been to Nigeria. Nigeria, her second home. I'm like, hey. She travels a lot. She traveled around the world. She's single, no children. She's just living her best life. She doesn't have stress. She doesn't have energy, to take care of any child. She's not married. But one thing about her, the way she makes her money is just sleeping around. She sleeps around with anything, with any man. In fact, even with married men. You would not believe that she has even slept with some of her friends' husband seated on the table. Wow. Sassy has slept with Yvonne's husband. She has slept with Pelek's husband. I'm like, what is this? And in fact, she has slept with Kanaga Jr. and Kanaga Jr.'s child. I'm like, oh my days. She was boasting that she has money. And Ipele said, please don't be so confident, because I once paid your check, I once paid your money. When my husband was, doing whatever I was doing with it. I know when he told me to sign your paycheck. So don't be too comfortable. And that wasn't attacking her. I know when you did your nose. I know when you lifted your boobs, stuff like that. Well, Tati was so different last night. She was really, really funny. And Kanaga Jr., they never talked about Kanaga Jr. Tati wasn't like, Kanaga, how do you even cope with having plenty children with different baby mamas? How can you have 12 baby mamas with plenty children? Like, how do you cope? And the guy said he's just creating generational wealth. His first son, Kelvin, has a lot of money. And they were not like, is it that your first son that is going to rehab? That one that is going in and out of prison all the time? Is it the same child that's into drugs and stuff like that? And Cosina like, wow, how about Kelvin? Kelvin is my godchild. It's been a while I've seen Kelvin. I'm like, what is going on here? Kosi is Kanaga Jr.'s child's godmother. So she said it's belong he saw Kelvin, and they said Kelvin is in rehab. So Kanaka Jr. is trying to hide it that there's nothing wrong with his child, and all of them said they know, they've heard the story. Hey, I'm like, oh my god. Oh. Yvonne later asked Kanaga Jr., I heard story about you that you once took pills where you were trying to, knock somebody, and the whole pill just knocked you off. Tell us about that situation. Kanaga Jr. said, no, 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 something like that never happened, that she should not mind all these bloggers that be carrying fake news. And Tati said, stop it. I knew when it happened. In fact, I was there. I'm like, hey, Tati, you are really proving that you're that lady that is everywhere. Tati said, Kanagaji, don't even try to pretend. I knew when it happened. You took medication for your Ebola to be strong, but at the end of the day, it did not end up well. I was there. Do you remember I used to sleep with you? Do you remember I used to knock your child? Do you remember I had something to do with your father? I'm like, Tati, only you. You don't knock Kanaga Junior, Papa. You don't knock Kanaga Junior. Come knock him, pikin. Hey, Auntie, take a easy. Moving on, guys, with Yvonne. Yvonne is that lady that is married, okay? She's married to a man called Robert. Robert is just playing around, cheating. But Robert is always spoiling her with money, with a lot of gold, jewelries. In fact, that the guy bought her a house in Bahamas. Omo, when Yvonne said her husband bought her a house in Bahamas, Koso was like, it's not like I doubt it, but can you show us? Now Kanaga Junior now brought the phone and said, take a look at the house. And she now zoomed the phone to really see the house, where I'm like, this housemate, they once broke up, but considering the whole thing the guy has done for her, she had to come back. And Ipelen said, I stand a woman that forgives. And Kosi said, yeah, you have to do it for your children. I'm like, hey. Guys, I wish I can upload this video so that you guys will watch it for yourself. But YouTube rules and regulations. Oh my days. Yvonne said she had to go back to their husband, because, what would you do? She knows how the man can be, but trust me, the man is such a sweet man, always spoiling her. So Ipele was like, I heard your husband is living fake life, oh. And in fact, I heard that diamond ring he bought for you, that it was on rent. He rented it. And Yvonne said, no, my husband did not rent any ring for me. You know how people would like to talk. They want to have what you have. And if they don't have it, they'll start bad-mouthing you. I'm like, hey, finish me, guys. So Yvonne acted the role of a woman that is having trouble in her marriage, but stayed back because, she's benefiting a lot. She has money, the husband has money, the husband is spoiling her with a lot of money, but she's still not faithful, she's still doing one or two with some young boys. All right. Ipeleng was so funny last night. Like, she was the one that was literally asking almost all the questions. I saw Ipeleng in a different element. That vibe she was giving when Miracle was around, that was what she gave. She displayed a different side of her that I never knew existed. Ipeleng acted as a lady, like a woman that has never had any successful marriage. In fact, she has married for 8 good times. Like 8 times. And she was telling them that that first marriage is the reason why she's rich today. That the guy was just messing around. She had to rip the guy off. That she had to rip off the guy because the guy did not treat her well. How dare you leave me for another man? And Coach was like, yeah, you did well. Rip him off. That really put you through a lot. Why would he leave you for another man? How dare him? Ali Pelen said, yeah, I had to do that. I had to rip him off. I had to collect a lot of money. That was when I make few millions, That was when I make my first big money. And she talked about how our marriages never, worked. She's into the 8th marriage. And the husband was like, how do you do it? She said, she's just doing it. She's living her life. And Kanaka Junior said, I noticed your nose is now smaller. Yeah, she said she worked on her nose. And Ipeleg even asked Yvonne, Like, introduce me to that your doctor that did your face Botox. You know, this Botox thing they do to face, like, if you have wrinkles, it will make your face look very young. So Ipele was like, introduce me to your doctor. And Yvonne said, no problem. So they don't later ask Yvonne, but we can see some, breakout on your. They said, oh, we can really see some breakout on your face. And Yvonne said, leave it. I used one cream that gave me a reaction and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, this husband will not finish me. So Ipeleng is just living her life, doing whatever with young boys because she feels that old men are boring, they are not strong in bed. Wow. Ebubu. Ebubu is that sugar boy. Ebubu acted as a very young guy, a sugar boy that has a 70-year-old woman funding his lifestyle. His own is just to come and knock the woman, take care of the woman, do whatever. And Kosi said, you're really doing well. You have to keep taking care of the woman. Any day the woman die, whenever you are servicing the woman, you know that you've really done well. Kanaka Junior was like, I heard you are driving the latest car. I said, yes. Yes, he's really working hard. He's working hard for his money. Ebubu said they satisfy people for a living. He's a young guy, very energetic. How he makes his money is he works for his money, okay? By satisfying women. And when he was even saying it, like Ipele was like, okay, I would like to know you. Like, let's meet up. Let's catch up and oh my days. So they were not trying to judge Ipele. Calm down. And she said, no. That old men are boring. Old men are really boring. They cannot do different styles and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. So when they got to Kosi's turn, when they want to ask Kosi question about herself, Kosi was like, oh, I'm late for a meeting. They can't come on, sit down. Like, Yvonne told her, don't worry, I called your secretary. I called her to, postpone all your schedules. I'm like, okay, it's giving rich woman vibe. You've called your secretary. So Ipele was not asking Kosi, 60 look good on you. Oh. I've heard that, young boys are the ones that are keeping you fresh. I even noticed that they said you were dealing with 21-year-old boy that you later proposed to and stuff like that. Because he was just there looking at them like, what are you guys saying? Because he did not really say much, okay? She was shying away from that question. Tati was telling Kosi, I would really like to be like you. You're a woman, with so much failed marriage, but you did not back down. You are living your best life at your 60th age, at your old age. How did you do it? How did you have all this generational wealth, all this investment? Mind you, Kosi is that old woman that is, servicing young boys. Whereas Tati is that, old woman that is not married, just living her best life, do whatever with any man. And she said that she's really, really amazed. Tati said to Kosi, you are really my source of inspiration. I see the good things you do for yourself. I see the achievements you have for yourself that she will really, really want to be like that. And Kosi now encouraged her. I'm like, see this Olosho. See this two Olosho. Oh my days. In fact, later, Yvonne now called pilot. Yvonne said, hey, Andrew, can you steam the jet? I'm on my way. And I was like, really? You came here with your private jet? And she said, yeah. So all of them were like giving rich people's vibe, old rich friends that came together to have dinner, to catch up with their life, talk about their secret, their dirty life, their dirty lifestyle without fear of judgment. I'm like, wow. It was so refreshing. And it was so funny how they kept calling, waiter, we need more champagne, we need more. And the champagne they were drinking is the fruit juice. Housemate gave their best. Like, I enjoyed every moment. Kosi was so expressive. Ebubu was doing the best he could. Yvonne was just giving us that rich auntie vibe. Kanaka Junior was just the old man who never tire. He's ready to knock anything. That's giving us that, young auntie with fresh blood, still energetic to knock every man that comes our way. Ipeleng is that woman that has had a lot of failed marriage but ready to live her best life. Even if it's to knock any young man, she does not care. Wow, I enjoyed last night. So after their whole long tour, then I went to bed and it was really fun for me. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you do, please hit the like button. Comment down below. Who was your favorite? If you watched that part last night, please, who was your favorite? And add if there's any part I did not include because it was such a long conversation and this was the much I could remember. Thank you so much for watching. Do have an amazing day.